Hey everyone, Spaniard here, doing another review for everyone on this fine Mother's Day morning. Really excited about this one because, as you all know, I am a huge Pokemon fan. So let's just dive right into it. For those of you watching the video review, here is again, I always like to show off my ticket stub to show that I actually watched the movie, so I can give an opinion of it. So I may be a little biased in this, but I will go through some points if you're not a Pokemon fan and or you're just looking for something for the kids or something for you to enjoy. So Detective Pikachu. Okay, when the first trailer came out, awesome, super stoked. A lot of people questioning Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu being a voiceover in this side version of the normal Pokemon standard that we're used to. Pokemon is mainly capturing, battling, and going through, what is known as the Elite Four, which is like the best of the best as far as getting like the ultimate prize from badges of gym leaders. In this, it takes a little bit of sidetrack. It just faces on a single child following through, and then a lonely Pikachu that is found. So Pikachu, in this case, known as Detective Pikachu, is has lost his memory. He has no idea what happened. He's just trying to figure out what happened, where did he come from, what is going on. But he feels in his bones, or in this case, in his jellies, that he is a detective, that he is a world class, I can find anything type of way. So he's paired up with this kid named Tim, right, who is played by Justice Smith, right? And at first, I'll be completely honest, the only place I've seen Justice Smith is as a side actor from the Jurassic World that came out not too long ago. And I really liked his character. It's a side character. Now, here being a full-fledged role, I was a little bit Ari, to say the least. But I was pleasantly surprised. It started off slow, but then afterwards, I feel like his role really took off, especially when he became combined with Pikachu and Ryan Reynolds, the voiceover. And their goal is to find out what happened to his father, Tim's father. And so it's this long process, really good suspense throughout, and it goes very back and forth, not in a bad way, but in a sense that it does feel like a detective film, right? You're guessing, you're wondering who's good, who's bad, why are they doing this, who are they? And especially if you're a Pokemon fan, there are a lot of secreted tidbits that I won't spoil that make you really giddy. Like, it makes you go, oh my gosh, like, is this what I think it is? Is this where we're running into? So there's a lot of cool, fun aspects to it. Visually, it is stunning. I absolutely love the art style and the realism that they brought to the Pokemon characters. Some of the voices, if you're used to it as far as a Pokemon fan, do seem out of place. For me in particular, Psyduck, I'm used to Psyduck having a more of a, like a more, not higher pitched voice, but more of a dumbfounded voice. But I did like it. It was more cute in a sense. Jigglypuff was right on, although not big part, but there are a lot of other cool Pokemon that you hear and you're like, man, that sounds really good. Like, I love it. I absolutely love it. And of course, when Pikachu isn't being voiced by Ryan Reynolds, it is spot on Pikachu. You can't mess up Pikachu's Slate voice, right? So as a story standpoint, it's phenomenal. It's really good. Nothing like over the top, which I liked. I liked that they kept it to where the kids can understand, Pokemon fans can appreciate it, and newcomers can follow along and almost, say, okay, I understand now why people love Pokemon. Because the main core is there, meaning that you have this Pokemon as your partner and they're your friend, right? They're there to help you. So that aspect is spot on. The acting, I thought, was very good. For as little as there is, because honestly, the Pokemon are the star of this entire film, leading right with Pikachu. But as far as voice acting, a lot of people were, a little bit, hesitant of Ryan Reynolds, especially with all his success with Deadpool. And a lot of people, well, we can only see Deadpool. But Ryan Reynolds really fit the part. He really grasped it. He knew how he wanted to take it. And even my wife, who I went to go watch it with, she's like, at the beginning, I heard Deadpool. I can only hear Deadpool. But as soon as you started started, really enjoying Pikachu and seeing the Pikachu, the detective side really fill up, then you felt like it was its own character, which is great. That's how you can tell that he really did his homework as far as what a Pokemon should be and how it should be portrayed in this sense of this film. Justice Smith, as I said earlier, was really good. Catherine Newton, I'll be honest, I've never really seen or heard from her until this point. I thought she was a good side character. She is the side reporter that follows along with him, who owns the Psyduck. So very cool. Nothing big, not a huge role. So it was very well played. Bill Nighy was interesting. I felt that his role could have probably been explained a little bit more, but at the same time, the whole point of this film is to have you guessing. So I guess if you look at it in that perspective, it's really well done. So overall, I thought the acting was well. There wasn't too much like over the top or under, and obviously there are some corny moments, but you expect that from Pokemon. I actually would have been disappointed as a Pokemon fan if there weren't some corny aspects to it. And then as usual, I do a score. I loved the score of this. They brought back like a lot of old school like soundtracks of what you would hear. The Pokeball sound, oh my god, it's so short when they show it, but it is phenomenal. You're just like, oh my gosh. And there were a lot of Pokemon fans in the theater that I went to go see. So every time you heard a sound or a ding or a mention or a rhythm or some kind of chime that you knew from back in the old days, you were ecstatic. The soundtrack is done by Henry Jackson, right? Or Jackman, I'm sorry, Henry Jackman. And he has done stuff from other films who are closely related to video games like Wreck-It Ralph. So you knew he was going to do a good job. So I'll play you a score here. It's really good. This is actually my favorite one here. All right, so you get the gist. You hear like the old school pixelation in there, and a lot of the soundtracks, even some of the ones that are more modern, they do have like that 8-bit kind of side like chorus in it, and I love that. It's really, really well done. Overall, it's a 4-star movie. 4 out of 4 stars. It is a phenomenal film. I'm so excited for how they tested the waters for Pokemon movies and how well it's being portrayed. I'll be honest, it's the best video game adaptation movie I've seen as of recent times, and I'm really looking forward to what more Pokemon movies we will get. Maybe we'll get like a traditional Ash Ketchum, the original Pokemon series type style, and I know a lot of fans would love that. Or maybe we'll just get some new trainers, get a new side quest. As long as it's in the Pokemon world and they do it in this like realism and aspect, it's gonna do amazing. Like, it's just so good without the battling and all that. If they just implemented that part, it's gonna be so good. So again, thank you everyone for listening or watching the review. We really do appreciate it. Just make sure that you check us out on our social media posted here for you. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course our YouTube, where you can either watch this video here or on our Facebook page. We always have that there for you. So I always like to do my favorite scene or my favorite part of the movie. So if you don't want any spoilers, end it here. But again, thank you so much. And please share, like, and express our page. We really want a big geek out community, and we're doing very well. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, I know that was a little bit of a longer review than what I normally do, but I'm giddy. I'm excited. I love Pokemon. So it was really hard, very hard to choose a favorite scene. My wife asked me yesterday when we were grabbing food after we watched it, what was your favorite part? And honestly, I can't pick a favorite part, because I love the entire film as a whole. It's just so good from beginning to end. Even though the beginning is a little slow, it's still so good overall. So I will say though, as far as like some things that I didn't want to mention, as far as like spoilers, if you're a big fan, like they hinted a lot at Team Rocket. And if you don't know who Team Rocket is, look it up. It is like the big bad guys of the whole Pokemon like series, and it's just amazing how like they implement, you know, it has to be there was an R on like the chemicals. They had a hint of what could be Jessie, you know, like where does this girl come from? She has to be from Team Rocket, you know, like, and I was hoping at the end of the film they would kind of hint a little bit, but they kept a lot a secret. So who knows what is going to happen moving forward in the future. But I love what they did with all the characters. The beginning scene with Cubone with the capturing was phenomenal. And there is one, I guess technically two or a few official like Pokemon one-on-one battles. And there's one with Gengar and Blastoise when they're in like this like nightclub thing. It looks so cool. So you can only imagine how awesome and freaking cool it's going to be if they do an actual like Pokemon battle, like a Pokemon League movie moving forward. So again, thank you everyone so much. I'll leave my social media again here for you so you can see all of our stuff on here so we can go ahead and move forward. And again, we do have a weekly podcast that we do, which is on our Spotify. It is also on Anchor, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and more. So thank you all so much. You all have an amazing Mother's Day, an amazing rest of your week, and we will see you soon. Take care.